First of all, don't tell me what to do.
I am ready.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yes. That's right, infidels. It's the hottest party of the summer. 2 big nights, record-breaking. It was almost unreal. So watch yourself on the highway to hell as you travel home, because you never know what 80-year-old psycho might be barreling down on you. And I'm here with R to the B to the V to break it all down for SummerSlam. Pivot. YOLO. Oh, yeah, man. You know, pro wrestling. We're back.
Yeah, wrestling.
Yeah, dude, whatever, man. Everybody's going to feel a certain way because we're in a weird tribe, and everyone, what's he going to say? He was going off on Twitter. I wasn't going off. I'm just ribbing. I had a great day yesterday. I was right across the street from SummerSlam at
I can't wait to talk about your big mark moments yesterday.
Yeah, I marked out huge yesterday. Really, just an epic moment for me. So if you had fun watching SummerSlam and you were with your homies, or you had your RBV eats going and you've been working hard, who gives a shit at the end of the day? You're hardworking people who just want to escape, and you're here with us in the locker room on YouTube or wherever you're getting us now as we continue to kind of lay out the roadmap to rebrand here. So, and how we deliver the goods, but nobody delivers the goods better. And he's doing great with all the graphics and promotions, along with Kaz and everything he's got going on in OHIO. And, there's plenty to,
well, we got plenty of SummerSlam heat here in the Cincinnati this past week.
Yeah, dude. So good to be back with you, RBV. How you doing, buddy?
Again, man, a great weekend, man. We had a hell of a time this weekend here on the channel Hamin Media Group YouTube from Friday Night SmackDown watch along. I do want to shout out the Kaz Twitter social media reactions this past weekend for SummerSlam. Unbelievable. Hitting some record numbers across the board there, especially that starts there with Kaz and the clips on the Twix, the Twitter machine. Live watch alongs with Let's Go Brandon. I was just putting him over this morning, congratulating him.
Yeah,
I know we again are in that transition, but we are getting more eyes here on the channel. We're hitting for, after he gets done with Raw, the 4-day extended weekend, he's going to hit record numbers for the watch along.
Wonderful.
That's the hard work he's putting in, and that's the army tuning in, joining, having all that, having a good time, having a lot of fun with it. Of course, Jimmy T doing all the work that he does. Me and him logging probably like 14, 15 hours together covering all this stuff this weekend, having a blast. So our crew doing what they do, but especially to the army for showing out and showing up strong all SummerSlam weekend long, representing HMG. But Ben, as you said, I'm still a little prep here this morning, getting ready. It's crazy that we all watch the same thing. We all watch the same show. And even those of us under the learning tree of HMG that have sat with over the years with you, Vet, Beast, Silvio, whoever the case might be, that we've had on our airways, and we all see it so different. I'm kind of middle of the road on this weekend, but we'll jump into all that, I'm sure.
Yeah, wow. Everything you just said, what a wonderful opening, because, dude, I spent the money on HMG, and guys have stepped up in every way to really take over, or else it kind of might have gone to the wayside. And to see Brandon put in those hours, and some nights there might not be anybody, but we're all over the world. We're global, bro. Like doing shows with homie in Australia, or, the Piers Austin connection and all that stuff, dude, from Kaz in Canada. And like, that's the beauty of the internet and having a tribe. And I'm happy to spend the money. It's not cheap to have the Vimeo and to do, Podbean and whatever else, but and now you guys are official, man. You get as much stipend as comes out from the views. I only keep enough to pay for the stuff and the taxes on everything in one of the LLCs. So just see everybody really grow their own piece of it and enjoy it and make up what they will. And Will Alicia and the Facebook group and the interactions there, like, it's awesome, man. I love all that stuff. So keep being creative and keep doing that and keep learning, because Silvio's view of something and Man-Beast's view of something and my view of something can all be correct if they correlate with how you see things, or if you don't. And all three of us, and along with many others. Did you say somebody else in there? Forgive me. There's been so many.
The vet, we've had so many great, but
yes,
but we've got such a strong influence from OVW and, you guys, the sons and daughters of Rip. And, so you guys come from that tree, and it's crazy that, you've had the same fundamentals, that same foundation, that skill set that's been embedded in you. And though each of you still see it different. So that, each of us with you, the talking heads, we see
everything you're saying to me is like the way I see it, not the way they would see it, is fucking Wu-Tang, bro. RZA's dope. Jizzer is fucking crazy. Method Man's awesome. Old Dirty Bastard is. And I can sit down with all those guys you just mentioned and listen to why they think of something a certain way and support their idea and punch it up. And they can do the same for me and see things that, and we're all fucking fire MCs on our own, but at the same time, we all are cut from the cloth of Rip in the way we look at things in a fundamental way, which inside those Bruce Lee, Jake Kundo, Be Water, my friends, the formless form, where there's a structure, but inside that you can play 1,000 different ways and plug in any discipline from karate to sumo wrestling, or in the way I look at things improv wise, in a structured Herald format or other structures of different shows, and how that dictates where the show moves in some degree, but nothing to do with the creative aspect of it. It's to the artist to fill that in. And we just sacrificed and packed up and move our lives to fucking go learn with the best and have the opportunity to apply our skills at a smaller level, but bigger than any indie could provide you, So, yeah, dude, I respect all their opinions, and it is, you guys owe us more money, really, is what it comes down to. It's a master's level education, really. If you have been listening,
Super Chat Monday, SOBs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the first of the month, you dirtbags. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, but fucking, I love all that you said. It really, as you said, it made me feel good about our lexicon of the experience we've tried to create for hardcore wrestling fans. And as well, Silvio was fucked up bad, man. Like, his mind didn't have anything to focus on, and he had been bumped out, and he needed something to do, and he would tell me how this was helping him in the recovery. And I know there's people at home. We had plenty of people reach out addiction wise, that like sometimes we're their only lifeline. There's so much more written into, I didn't like the fucking way they booked the girls triple threat. Like, what are we talking about? So but those are my brothers in this mob, bro. Like, and all their opinions are as valid as mine, and again, it's opinions and creative choices about a phony action sport.
There we go. How about that one, baby?
Wow, Born a Medal. Fucking hey.
Thank you.
Medal right there, my guy. Big 1999 super chat. Dude, whatever. If you got a question, let me know, bro. I'm happy to answer anything for that. In fact, if you want to jump on, I'll jump off. You can host the rest of the show. But yeah, man. Yeah, a lot of all those guys, bro. And the outrunners, and like, we're all watching each other. Nobody's like talking every day, but dude, 20 years later, we're all connected and living vicariously through each other. When we see each other shining, bro, like we're all pumped about that. There's no jealousy of what the fuck. The only time it hurts is when somebody's shining and they're not seeing what you're doing. They just cut you off, and like then they come back around, like even just seeing the homie. I haven't talked to APOC in forever, or whatever you want to call him, Rick Victor, and he's got the the new little one he's posted pictures of, and I'm just like, I'm super happy for that dude because he's been grinding since fucking really probably 1999. I think he started. So it's just like now he gets to fucking finally have a whole new part of his life, and I'm pumped for those guys, man.
Very, very cool. Well, Ben, let's jump into it. There was a big event in the New York, New Jersey area this week, and you had a chance to take it all in. Yeah, I want to talk about fanboy Ben Hamin up there hanging and banging with Dwight, with Stanley, with Kevin, Kelly Kapoor, and so much more. You went to the OfficeCon. I'm a huge Office mark, man. I absolutely love the series.
Right, man. I mean, obviously, I do too, but the wives are super fans. You know what I mean? And like, hey, can we go to this? Yeah, of course we can go. And there was some people there that were crazy fans.
Kind of there we go.
There we go, dude. That's that's the fucking
Prison Mike.
Mike. That's what I'm doing today. That's what I'm wearing today for the honor of that. And she on her other legs.
What was the food like in prison?
It was the Dementors. Like she was serious, bro. And she was dressed as Dwight and everything. So there was hardcores there, but I'll do a little bit. I just said I had direct on my, hey man, it's SummerSlam. Let's do this. So I think we're either going to call ourselves the assistants to the regional manager, or we're going to be Beat Street USA, but Beat is
I like
Beat Street USA. Yeah. I think that's good. And Stanley had lost his voice, so we just had these little Post-it notes with like canned responses on them that he would hold up, which was funny.
I like the subtlety how he just sits there with all his photos too. Stanley's had to get up and pose for a photo kind of guy.
No, you want the fucking judgmental resting bitch face. But while I was in line for Rainn Wilson, because I wanted to get some things signed for Raven's joint for our wall, and like you schedule ahead of time the tickets and the times and all that kind of shit, right? So my wife is a big fan of the Office Ladies podcast, so she was going over to get Angela to sign her book. So we were separated there for a while, but while I'm in line, I look up and dude,
this is your mark out moment.
Federico Castellucci standing 10 feet away from me talking to somebody else. I didn't want to run right up on him. Obviously, I know all the protocol. And they started to go the other way. And so I like dipped out of line. And this guy was like, hey, man, sorry, we just got to go do this thing. He's like, we might be back through. So I jumped back in line. No worries. It was just crazy to see him like standing there. So if you don't know, it's Furio from fucking Sopranos. So he comes back through and I just jumped out, man. And I fucking, oh, here we go.
There it is. Yep.
Come on. Focus.
There it is. We got you.
Yeah, yeah, dude, like for me, there's not many people left on this planet. Like if fucking, if if Flair or somebody walked by, I'd show respect, but I'm not like, oh my God, or any actor. But dude, really, when it comes to Sopranos, I haven't felt like that in a while. And the fact was, like, what the fuck is he doing at OfficeCon? And like just walking on the floor, expecting not to get approached, like. The only thing I could think of is the Office connection is like they said there was going to be a secret person there, and it ended up being the chick who played Kevin's girlfriend, which she was super sweet too. We got to pick with her because that was free if you bought the pass we bought or whatever. But I thought it was going to be Michael Imperioli. I got excited for a minute. I was like, is Michael Imperioli here too? Like Christopher, because he played the karate instructor for Dwight. So that's the Sopranos connection. I couldn't think any other reason why Furio would fucking be there. But I've never really got to meet anyone from Sopranos up close and personal. And dude, he doesn't do many cons at all. Like the ones that they do, it's usually Johnny Sack and a couple others, which would be awesome too. But like to have him just standing there 10 feet away, I was like, I gotta get the pick right here, bro. Like I felt like it was my summer moment placed. Like I got to see Wu-Tang, and now I got to fucking fanboy out for one of maybe the few things left on the world that really plucks my strings, you know? So when I went over there, like, what are you going to say to him? I just said, hey, man, congratulations on the painting. And like, it took him out of the moment. And he's like, oh, thank you so much. Like, so if you haven't heard the story, he's actually a phenomenal painter for like Renaissance era type style, Da Vinci type style paintings himself. And he had found this one. I think he paid $140,000 for it, which he had to have it restored to some degree. But it's one of Da Vinci's students, and he had the eye that he believed it was real. Even if it wasn't, it still would have been worth a fair amount being reproduced by whoever did it. But it turns out to be the real fucking thing when they have it reassessed, and it's worth $10 million, bro. So the guy's like plays at a very high level in the art game, and like invest 140 grand, and it turns out to be worth 10 mil. Plus, you're a celebrity, so that's gonna only up the value because the prominence of it, with the new story tied to it of it being rescued, like crazy. So that was my quick line, and he wanted the fist bump after that. So whatever, and I got back in line, man. But
that's cool.
Party of the summer, pal. So I thought about, like, before we left town, because one other thing I want to mark out and do just for the fucking IG reel is you can go over to Tony Soprano's house and they don't give a fuck if you're at the end of the driveway. So like hardcore guy fans fucking go get a white bathrobe, blue boxer shorts, and the wife beater and a newspaper, and you do the shot at the end of the driveway. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. But while we were riding into Newark, like, I'm going by Satin Dolls, which it says original home of the Bada Bing. And like all the things, like, you know, the way we came in was Sopranos 101 for the backdrop of them shooting there. So it was awesome. And I'm a big Office fan too. Don't get me wrong. Meeting all of them were absolutely phenomenal. But
what was the draw for that? Pretty good audience.
They fucking drew, bro. They drew. And they also said anybody who has WrestleMania ticket, I think it was like 10% off if you want to come over. So there were WrestleMania heads there that came and did that too. But
smart idea. You got that built-in audience right there. Thank you there, Mr. Matt.
And it was 2 days. It was 2 days too. So they had, like, they break it up with panel discussions and costume cosplay competition. But right as we were leaving, the wives had fucking submitted me for what they call a Fundy Award. It's like the Dundee. And there was a Doobie Stoner Award. So the people who were still left around, like, they're doing it, and they, like, who they read off the names. If you were there, you come up, and then they ask you why you deserve it, you know, and people gave good answers, like they would forget the question or whatever. And it was all positive. Now, like, I'm going to win. And I was like, oh, I own a dispensary and I have $500,000 in weed. Like, everybody popped or whatever. And they do the clap-o-meter, and it was close. But, you know, the hack is bringing home.
There we go, baby. That is
Fundy to Ravens joint, baby. So at the last OfficeCon, I won the Fundy and got to meet Furio, along with some of the great cast members, Brian and you know, Baumgarten and Rainn Wilson and Leslie, who was Stanley. So it was a good time, man. Like, really a great day with my wife, and one of the most perfect days of the summer. I was pretty rocked though from the day before, because I had to take a course in the morning that was 5 hours, and fucking then close down Ravens joint. So it was like, then get up and hit the road for 4 hours in Newark. So the old hack was feeling it for sure, my guy. But I just worked out. I feel a lot better now.
There we go, man.
But I see more awesome super chats, especially from obviously the First Lady of HMG, Elizabeth, keeping all the stats and tallies. If you have any questions at all when it comes to analytics, she's been tracking everything. So, Liz, hopefully you're having a great summer, dear. I miss our time hanging out on the AEW nights, but my life is ever changing. I'm about to register it'll be my fourth, but it'll be my fifth, but it'll be my fourth active LLC to do more biz. So I'm just consumed with creativity, very thankful. But I know you've been hanging out. Hopefully you're hanging out with Let's Go Brandon in those chats.
She holds it down for everybody. And if, like you said, if you got a question, you need a stat, Elizabeth is where it's at. She jumps all over there, man. She keeps us in line. Yeah, just like a good woman does. She keeps everybody in line around here.
And I have one of those at Ravens joint, my vault mistress, as I call her, Danielle. Yeah, it's a cool title. She's just A+. So I'm pumped to have so many bright and empowered women who aren't worrying about doing a Cardi B impersonation to get attention. You know what I mean? But Matt, chill, son. What's up? Chill, son. What's the best way to book 2-day events like SummerSlam? How do you control the tempo to keep investment outside of just keeping it to one day? A brilliant question, Matt. Very high level. I'm going to leave this,
and I love this transition. Let's go ahead, jump into it. Yeah, you know, people want to talk a little SummerSlam. I know we got some news on the backside of this, but let's keep
it metal for that 1999 super chat, man. That was fucking cool, man. I feel like bowling out here today. Fucking trying to.
You know, just outside of wrestling, when you are running multi-day events, I mean, it is key that you kind of balance. You want to have an equal draw, you know, throughout that thing. But you're also looking into where are your peak times where you know you're going to have higher attendance. You know, do you want to go with your heavy hitters there? Do you want to pull back a little bit, knowing you'll have that traffic through? So there's a lot of variables when you're putting together an event of any capacity that's multi-day.
Yeah. Sorry, let me just take a drink of water. That was a great breakdown. All right. So it kind of goes to answers.
Look at what's going on in your area. You know, things like, hey, you know, we've got a huge, you know, OfficeCon right next door to us or something like that. And
there's a lot of factors, and there's two sides. I mean, there's more than two sides, but there's really two parts of what you're kind of asking to me. There's the actual show and the creativity and the use of the talent. And then there is also the logistical nightmare that is putting on a show at a fucking open air NFL arena. What could possibly go wrong? At its base level, it's agreements with the city and permits and wanting to bring people in and fill the hotels, and the highway's going to do this. Like, these are things these are things indie or smaller promotions don't really have to consider. But all of this in tax breaks and incentives is absolutely thought out. Plus, what corporations own the arena and approvals and who we have to work with and creative property and licensing. Like, these are major corporate issues, like that. They have a legal team that's well versed and schooled in it, so they can get the machine on it right away. But it's still all work that's got to be done. You know, it's not like, we got people. Okay, like, what is it? And what is it when you're trying to do New Orleans, but Vegas goes, we'll give you $5 million more, and TKO is your home base, and you already got to deal with who knows what politicians you got to grease there. This is how business, especially in a carny one like ours, is done.
Grease those wheels.
Yeah, dog. Somebody's getting paid in the multiple ends, right? So that's how this starts before the fireworks ever go off, you know, and fucking you got to have fire departments,
you're working with the local unions and all that about, you know, setting up stages.
Yeah, but the stadium is probably going to handle that, but it's all going to be included in the price, right? Like, we work with all these people, we have them in place. It's overtime for this many cops. It's this, and everybody there is making money, dog.
And so any state
who in Jersey
get their hand in that pocket is getting their hand in that pocket.
Who in Jersey controls those unions?
So call your friend the enforcer,
exactly,
baby. That's who we're calling.
Dog, exactly. So, you know, it's funny on that respect, but you gotta like do it if you want to operate at that level. So the 2 days is smart because people are coming locally from New York, Philly, Jersey, and then flying in there, you can, well, maybe not Newark Airport's pretty rough, but you know, like get in and get out pretty easily no matter where you're coming from there. That Jersey Turnpike is a fucking pretzel clusterfuck though of turns, and go under this one. Do I turn here? Oh shit, what the fuck? GPS, you fucked up. Like, yeah, we had a you fucked up chant on the GPS a couple times. You know, that's just part of, you know, being in Jersey, man. The other part of it is with the money, all about the money, is running that stadium 2 nights. That's 2 nights of overtime. That's 2 nights of security. That's 2 nights of fire people. That's 2 nights of EMS, 2 nights of all the janitorial, all the servers. Now, if it holds 80,000 and you got American tarp team in there, Hamin's Tarp Emporium, and you bill it as the biggest ever, 117,000. Well, obviously there's a fucking asterisk next to that where it goes, that's for 2 nights. Really, it holds 80,000 capacity. So like they want it to look like they packed it out with that number.
Between the two, they left about 47,000 open.
Perfect.
Seats.
But so let's talk the money. Like 1 night at 80,000 costs you half of the overhead, possibly a little more than half because you're going to use it twice. So you're getting more value out of it. So let's say
break somewhere, maybe, but
right, maybe a little bit. So it's plus or minus 5%. Yalla. Fucking from there, you like, is it more profit to do 1 night? Because your second night, you're going to sell merch, but you might not sell as much because people's pockets are picked because they went to the office thing. They went to the whatever WrestleCon.
I would love to see that breakdown. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, what is the metric? I'm fine with having Liz fucking
outside of the ticket getting you in the door. What is the average expenditure per ass at concession at merchandise each night?
Right.
That's an interesting.
They gotta eat.
Metric.
You gotta eat, bro. So for the fucking, you know, breakdown, because WWE isn't gonna part of concession. So for MetLife, they're going to feed these fat marks, you know, 300% increase on profit food all night long, you know, right? Like, so for them, it makes sense to have the arena booked. It's always going to make sense to have the arena booked instead of not making money for you. But for WWE, it's 37,000. The equation at its root is, does 37,000 seats is the difference. So that's the arena booked plus 37,000, right? Does that 37,000 offset enough cost to justify all of the overhead and what it does as compared to 1 night fully booked and we're out of town and on to the next one where we don't have that overhead? It may, and for the experience of it, possibly do that to set up an expectation. Why? Because now you can charge advertisers for 2 nights and whatnot. Yeah, this is all what you and I love for business. It's not, none of this is a judgment call. This is just me. This is boardroom hacker.
Zane mentioned, I wanted to say as well, you know, this is also when you go to your streaming platforms, your distribution, which is important for streaming, is that actual live content. Now you're producing 2 nights of live selling to them must-see television for Peacock or Netflix, whichever, you know, their distribution is there globally. But then you're also talking about when they are talking to those city officials, and WWE now is selling themselves as a grand attraction, a spectacle, trying to go to the levels of like a Taylor Swift and all that, where they come in and take over for the complete weekend, which means big dollars for local business. Great. For hotel. Now you got double. Yeah, now you're extending in a whole weekend of hotel rooms instead of maybe a night or 2. That's Absolutely. Also going to bars and restaurants in the area, to transit, to small businesses. All of that sees hopefully a major significant impact when you have a show like WWE come to town.
Well, that's what they pitch it as to the locals. Like, we bring this to your economy, and it's smart for anybody that's a politician to piggyback off that in the right way. You know what I mean? We brought these jobs and this amount of entertainment value, so people keep coming to Newark. You know, I mean?
I know when Taylor Swift came to Cincinnati, and I mean, she's another level, but they were selling out hotels an hour away just for people trying to get it to downtown Cincinnati to see her for like a 3-day show.
And we had the OfficeCon there, and then Lincoln Park played Jersey yesterday someplace. So, dude, those people at that high level, you don't think of Newark as a destination place, but I've been there in the last month for Wu-Tang and OfficeCon and SummerSlam and SmackDown were there. So that is the third day. SmackDown was where Wu-Tang was at the fucking arena there, and then the even bigger arena. So they're moved into town. Plus, you've got all the people that are tied with WWE logistically eating up rooms. Like, that's from COVID era where you couldn't leave your house or go get a hotel room to let's get back out there. That's smart biz all the way around. So that's why you pitch it as 2 nights, a full weekend. You get the tax break because in the metric that's broken down of standard deviations, it does make sense locally, and that's what you lead with, right? Because they're not like, we're bringing Cena Cody to town. Oh, like that's what it
Better
is.
yet, we've got Triple H. Yeah, that's
sure got him.
Pal. That's the man.
That's unreal.
Speak a little bit more, because I'm guessing that Mr. Chilson wanted to know about the structuring actually of the wrestling
of the
card
show,
itself.
right? So there's a main point of contention here. Each night, like, this is how, when I talk to Formless Form of how things need to be. If you have 2 titles, one title should be about a storyline of passion, revenge, something emotional that is bigger,
very deep-rooted, personal.
Yes, that is bigger than what it, the actual meaning of just being champion is. The other one should be revolve more around the prestige of the championship and representing the company and representing greatness or country. You know what I mean? Something along those lines, nationalism. And I think they did that. I think they did that pretty well. Even though whatever with the Seth Rollins work of the leg to do that, like, none of this is thought out to what they present when you call yourself the future and you got these guys with you that are your heavies, your henchmen, who can really stand alone on their own and draw, but we're putting you with Hamin. All these strange choices together that kind of bring people down. And you've been there for 13 years and you call yourself the future. That's a strange thing to call yourself after the Messiah and all these things. Well, the Messiah heals his own leg and he's fine, and it's a funny rib. And he goes over and he takes away from Punk again, which is twofold. It's the fuck you to Punk in his moment. But Punk's no mark of like, I have to hold it and win. He just wants to do good business and not have to deal with a bunch of bullshit. So he's in the main event. And like, it goes down as a moment in history. Punk's a pro, so he's not going to like, I'm not winning and then losing, like, he's obviously been in on this work. But if you're trying to build Seth as the guy, you just made him a chicken shit heel who has to fake an injury to fuck over Punk. Like, it's kind of dastardly, but it's really not that bad. And his henchmen lose in the opener to the Samoans. So guys that we should be building as a strong crew just lost. And now you had to play chicken shit to go over on Punk. I don't know, man. Like, there's different ways to look at it, like we talked about earlier, but that would not have been my way to do a worked shoot in that match to get, because a worked shoot like that gets empathy on him. Like, oh, fuck, it's almost SummerSlam and he blew his knee out. Not somebody fucked him up and his knee's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a strange thing to like, tricked you. I really wasn't hurt.
I get that, and you're looking at that, pulling that deep emotional thing there. Punk, and I know a lot of people are saying, well, he swore he would never be champ. Well, fruit that you've tasted and then lost is going to be more harmful to your soul. I mean, that's going to be more detrimental. But even that in the chat, who was it here? I believe was trying to possibly mention this, but or let me go up here. Punk not leaving at that time was like, what are you doing? Get the hell out of there. You're smarter than this, because everything took so long. Gunther looks like complete crap. after this. Up from a
He
town.
gigged though and fucking got color, bro. And like
Hey,
when
his next booking's gonna be with the plastic surgeon. His nose is fucking busted.
yeah, dude, like, but that's the shoot that goes down, man. Like, if it's gonna happen, you want it to be in your main event at SummerSlam because people are like, oh, what match is that? Oh, that's the one where Gunther got all fucked up and then Punk
You'll
got
have those
fucked over.
visuals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we
with
work
the
our whole
structure.
lives for that, like, not to get our nose broken at SummerSlam, but to get our piece of history, and that's going to add to that, bro, to be honest with you, because the Punk thing could get outshined or would outshine the Gunther thing, but Gunther getting color there etches him into a bigger part of that story. So just strange choices, man, but none as strange as what they did Friday night on SmackDown. Like,
well, let's hold
I
off on
just
that
couldn't
one real
believe
quick.
what I was seeing. I was like, what in the fuck?
I got some takes on that as well. Let's hold up just to the question here that Mr. Chosen asked us. In structuring this thing without the specifics of each match, how did you feel, Ben, about night one being more about old school storytelling, in-ring traditional wrestling across the board until the big, surprise cash in at the main event, and night two was a complete demolition derby? 6 matches and only one real traditional wrestling match on the show.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. Like, the way you're breaking it down in structure is fine with me. You want to start slow and drive it and not overbook it. So then you can fucking go demo derby style the next night, because if I've already seen everything in night one, then you got nothing.
I hit that reset on night 2. I felt just exhausted with all the spots, no rules, not a whole lot of logic throughout the night. By the time we get to the main event, which is where I should be the most excited, I've already seen a triple threat where there's no disqualifications. I've seen a steel cage match. I've seen a TLC complete train wreck, and I've already seen the ladies go at it essentially in a street fight.
Well, now you're talking about a lack of storyline that have meaning, where we don't need matches that are just train wrecks and go through a ladder, go through a table, do a dive, go through a ladder, go through a table, get hit with a chair. Like, yeah, you're doing the same trick. Like, is this your card? Yeah. Okay, another magician comes out. Is this your card? Yeah. Right. Wow, you guys.
It's the same card.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude, there is a way to structure all this, and the way it breaks down on paper, they probably does look right. But if you're feeling worn out, it's because we've got too much in 2 nights, and that should factor in, right? Like, we wore them out. We're oversaturated. Oh, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Guess what tonight is? 2.5 more hours, my dog.
Hey, I will give them that. I absolutely applaud them. That's probably my number one thank you to WWE this weekend. I love the 6 o'clock Eastern start time, and we were out by like 9:30 on both nights.
Yeah. So,
for us old dogs that like to get to bed early,
Yeah, but you break it up with girls' matches. So they had fucking Sparkle Tits and fucking Tiffy Time over on the one show, and then they had the girls triple on there. Interesting choices. I really liked how Naomi went over. I love that stuff with her dad on guitar.
Like, cool.
To have your dad in your match,
extra old school rock, baby.
To have your dad in your match, like,
now you talk about memories that'll go forever.
Like, yeah, exactly. That was fucking.
That's the big payoff for her years, her career. Yep. That memory right there that she had.
I agree 100%. And then
kind of like when they had old the King, old Pops coming to you, Pops, and hit you with
exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, when I saw that, I was like, dude, that feels great for her right now. Like, that's a life. You're looking for moments in your life when you do this shit and you get the opportunity, and when they pass you by, it sucks. But when you can really capture them, and that's imprinted on your fucking gene code or whatever forever, like, it's really good, dude, to be able to recall that stuff. When her father's, not around someday, that's gonna matter even more. You know what I mean? And I know she doesn't take that for granted. I could tell, because I don't. That Rhea's reaction was interesting. Vulnerability, because that means now Rhea's looking weaker, and somebody's going to have to ignite Rhea to come back to be strong. So that's not a bad choice. It's an interesting choice, but now she's on the backside of the mountain. They're even saying like, kiss of the Black Widow, or like she's got a fucking curse on her or whatever. Okay. Who could put a curse on her? Why is she cursed? What is going on? Maybe it's all in her head, the paranoia, and bad things keep happening to her. Going down the backside of the mountain is fine, but let's not just say she sucks and then we got to reignite her. Let's have more bad things happen, and they compound, and they could just be happenstance, but they look a certain way. You know what I mean? Until, Travis Scott comes back and sages the arena and all the spirits are lifted.
That actually, kind of one of the few things, and I haven't watched a lot of the series, but there were some elements of UnReal that I did take away as positives, and I wish that they would incorporate more into the product. And there's something there when you're talking about Rhea, because she does talk in UnReal about some of the insecurities and going back and forth between the real person and this Rhea Ripley individual that lives inside of her.
Yeah, what if we get a fucking de-hulking to David Banner from the Incredible Hulk, and we see this other girl? Maybe that's a way to go. There's, like I said, there's tons of things to explore. So
but there's, like you said, there's an endearing story though that we've got on her rise, instead of just start coming out and stomping and kicking people.
And then we've got our car crash spot guys, and they did it. You know what I really liked? And that crazy scramble. Match. Yeah, dude, it was DIY and Candice LeRae's spot, bro. That was a spot stealing match when she goes through the ladder and lays out dead, and Johnny goes over. I popped
Johnny the Gargano reaction.
She goes, "You okay?" She's fucking dead. Okay. Like, that is show don't tell. Spots don't mean anything. The reaction, the follow-up that shows Johnny is more concerned with the fucking belts than his own wife that just went through, tells what his of his character kind of is. I love that shit, bro.
You're proof of it. How many you've got countless wives, but you don't know how many opportunities you're going to have at a championship.
You always get a new wife, bro. Belts come along.
You've got to seize. You got to seize the moment. You're on
those things are great. Those things are great. So whatever it comes down to, the rules are being broken. We're at Summerfest. It's time to fucking just throw caution to the wind. Big fucking Dawkins doing the Spanish fly through the table. They're doing spots just to rib, Top Dollar, as well. So I didn't have a huge issue with those even, really, to be honest with you. It's just 2 nights of holy shit, a ladder, a chair, we've seen it, right?
We've got a 90-pound lady that knows how to take a ladder spot. Top Dollar.
She's been working, dude. Candice LeRae's been working 3-4 times as long as fucking Top Dollar.
Hey, she's from right here in Ohio. We love her. So, but I did think it was kind of funny though. We've got 17 people involved in the train wreck of a match, man, because that tag division is such a disaster. But we rely on, again, the smallest one, who happens to be a female, to take that big bump with that Gargano moment right there. His reaction. If there's anything I took away from that match on a positive, it is absolutely that.
And then it was a cool spot with fucking Ciampa doing the inverted missing the spear, and the guy eats shit. I like a move on this that's like, like that's what those guys' job is on the card, is to get your fucking heart thumping, and you're looking at the tennis match, which is going to be a lot faster than the match I have, where I grab a hold and try and bite somebody's ear. Like, those guys aren't doing that. Maybe the Wyatts should be doing more of that. Like, they definitely should be doing more Hamin offense. But, it's all about the stage picture at Summerfest, and they were fine with that. So, other things, just get paid off and stand out. I didn't get to watch AJ and Dominic yet, and I really wanted to. I heard it was great. So
I liked it. I'm kind of growing a little tired. I guess it's just great, magnificent that Eddie Guerrero is such a long-lasting impact. Just the tribute matches and spots are getting a little old. And then at the end of it, they close out. They use the same finish at WrestleMania 20, where Eddie undid his boot and Angle's got the ankle lock and the boot slides off. They kind of do that. But as Vet pointed out on the breakdown show last night, An ankle lock is not the same as a calf crusher, so the boot's not that necessary. So it looked really awkward how they were trying to get the boot to come off because the hold isn't as prevalent to help along with the plan that they had. But yeah, on night 2 though, again 6 matches, and Dirty Dom, who has backup, they don't get involved, was actually the match that was actually traditional wrestling.
Good, and I bet that's probably more of AJ going, everybody else is going to do everything. Let's do this. That's good. And that's good, So I don't know, man. Like, it's nothing that's like groundbreaking and blow your mind, but the fans were entertained. But then I got hot at the fans because they're all IWC marks who are paying this crazy money, and they're talking, oh, they did a turn with Cena, so it's going to be a classic double turn with Cody and da-da-da-da. And they didn't turn Cody, and they shouldn't. And they should stop saying that shit out loud to start with when they get fucking interviewed. It's a fucking dumbass thing to do. So these smart marks, fucking 40-year-old tape trader, masturbator, fucking virgins are out there trying to do booze on the punch because they think they're smart in helping along the double turn that's obviously coming. So we got to play our part instead of just being affected by the story that the guys are doing. They think they've got to be the fucking fourth man in the ring to do that shit. And they look like assholes, especially when it doesn't happen. And they're taking away from the match of what the story is they're really trying to tell because they think they're smart to the biz because they want to act like they see things coming and they dictate it. So that was fucking asinine, and they should really stop that shit, to be honest with you.
On the Cody, though, I mean, one of the most difficult things to do in modern wrestling is to actually be an over real babyface, and Cody can do that. So I just don't see.
There's way too much more money left on Cody, bro, to turn him heel. He's about to be in movies as Guile from Street Fighter, an all-American dude. Like, why would you fucking flip him heel? Which is exactly what they'll do, like some stupid shit.
Even outside, it's got
dude. Don't ever forget. Don't ever forget
diversity that can what this country needs. There's so much cheesiness in there that Cody can represent.
Is it Mandela effect that these things fucking keep happening? Because who are you fucking with? Game. He might be saying, oh, there might be heat with AEW. I still love those guys, but yeah, there's bad blood and they treat me like shit. You think Game is fucking forgot about you smashing the throne, my dog? Like, everybody acts like that. It's New Day and it's the office, dude. It doesn't stop.
That should be the UnReal.
Punk is twofold.
Not them all hugging backstage. It should be the political backstabbing and BS that this business is built on.
Punk is down for the moment because he understands that him losing like that is historic and da-da-da, and he's still there and he's taking no bumps because when you're champ, you got to go defend, and he's all fucked up. So it makes sense business-wise, but the paranoia in his mind, which is probably right, and how I would think of this too, is Seth and fucking Game are boys. They got together. We're going to make them eat shit. Yeah, we'll get him all of the main event. He's going to hold the title for 6 seconds, and they convince him of it. And there's reason too, and they'll come up with good, but it still is a double-edged fucking subconscious fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, this is how the guys in the mafia at the highest level work, where you get what you want, but you're not going to get what you want in the way you want it. And it goes on and on and on. And that same shit, when I watched on UnReal, Triple H, this is how the phone calls work. First, I call Nick Khan. He's down with it. Then I call, they go right around. That's the inner core stooge report. And then later you see Triple H and fucking, after everybody agrees, hey, sounds like the best idea ever to me, Hunter, to turn Cena heel. I love it. And 2 minutes later, we're texting ideas. Yeah, how about 7 months later when everybody's abandoned, when Travis Scott got a ring at his cribs and then Charlie took 3 bumps and went, fuck this. I ain't get this shit hurts for real, son. I can't be in a match. Or the fact that Rock goes, let's take our bullshit hats off. I respect Well, that means your bullshit hats are on all the time. And they're probably on when that call happened. And fucking whatever, you're not going to be the guy in the chain that goes, yeah, fucking A. No, I think that sounds like shit to turn Cena heel in his final year. I think that's a fucking idiotic idea. Right. Everyone goes, yeah, oh, great. He's going to cut his throat with this one, dog. Yeah, perfect. I'm in. And fucking all you got to do is not show up and pass the heat. And the first person he contacts is Nick Khan. Who's to say Nick Khan, who's been Boys of the Rock since, 8 years old, fucking picks up his phone, this guy's fucking pitching for Cena to turn heel before Triple H ever gets to the Rock in that fucking circle. Like, none of them trust each other. Then you got Bruce and fucking Hayes sitting there judging every move where people got to come over and fucking beg for attrition from them after their segment, and they're on the fucking shit with Vince. Dude, it's crazy the way I watch it, maybe compared to what other people are fucking seeing. So you can go get a hug from Triple H and go, that was the best. You're the future. You're the brightest in this business. Meanwhile, you're just fucking expendable, bro. And people like LA Knight sounds like they got a problem with it. Killer Cross, they fucking put him under on Sammy when this is another chance to make him off of that promo.
This one really confused me.
Yeah, dude, like Cross is expendable because he's not as over as Cody and because of nepotism, but Cody can smash his shit, but that's going to come back. But Cross cuts one work, shoot promo, and you're under even in the fucking thing afterwards, the new scrum, as we'll call it. Because they weren't fielding any Brock Lesnar questions, I'll tell you that much. The fucking new scrum, the people are behind chanting cross.
But I really wanted to know.
We gave you Brock. We gave you
Waffle House meal is.
Yeah, they're chanting cross, and he's doing, we gave you Brock. He knows what they're saying. That's him saying, fuck that guy. I'm not going to sell for it and put him over. Not that I misheard you. Like, will Cross be on the chopping block this week instead of, because they'll go, well, we strapped the rocket to him. He got a SummerSlam match. I don't know what he's bitching about. We put him under. Everything is a test, bro. Cross should have fucking annihilated Sammy at SummerSlam. Stood strong. Fucking, psychotic. I've arrived. Now he just got beat by we had to pay it off and Sammy's more over than you. No, this is his chance to get heat. Then they didn't do it, bro. Like, that sends a big message, especially if his contract's up and they're re-signing him or not in the next 2 weeks. Like, it sends a message to him, but the message should be from them listening to the fans. We're ready to buy this guy's merch. We're ready to fucking cheer him and make him our fucking Maximus, the champion of the people and a psycho, and fucking Triple H wants to be in the focus. That's where the heat is, because that's where the promo originated, or with Logan Paul. Like, but are we even getting close to any of that? Nope. Which shows a vindictive dark side of mafia payback in this shit, that we will hold down talent that's worth millions upon millions of dollars in revenue, endorsement, PR, his wife's stuff, like the total package is there. We're putting him out to the ring with no entrance when he gets over in his entrance. The fans chant their name. We don't even fucking acknowledge it because the top guy says so. And the top guy isn't even in the ring.
Is that the logic? Sammy and Cross.
That's what I'm seeing.
Two of the great in-ring performers they get 8 minutes. Is it, hey, we're not even going to give the audience a chance to even let their voice be heard here?
If everybody else is doing 20 minutes of bullshit, guess who's getting over in 8 minutes?
I get that, but is there a thought process that we don't want him out there that long so that the crowd doesn't get behind him? We want to go out there, get this thing over with, get his ass back here.
And they might have told him 12 and cut it to 8 to fuck with him too. You're watching UnReal. You're seeing what it is. When fucking they go over 6 minutes, top guys go over. Abyss is like staring at Bruce like, oh my God, Bruce, I'm so sorry. And fucking Regal's got to come up and reassure Abyss. These are the fucking best in the business, bro. And that this show should be called The Bubble, because it's the bubble over gorilla position where everyone has their fucking game mask on and you can't show emotion or heat, and you got to pay respect to this guy at the mafia table. And if you don't, then you're this or that. And a guy like fucking LA Knight might have just missed a handshake or didn't want to do that shit because he's a man. And like, well, this guy doesn't want to fucking play by the unspoken rules around here. Fuck him. When he should be headlining this shit in some degree. He should be having his Shawn Michaels Razor Ramon run right here. You know what I mean? Like, that's where he is on the card, that you want to see this guy in the future in bigger storylines. Instead, we're afterthoughts and shit, like when Seth says the future, that's the future. Calling a guy Steiner, that's the future, not fucking Braun Breaker and all this shit. So yeah, you watch it, it's already tainted from the start. Then SmackDown, whatever this thing is,
I was going to say,
Cena,
let's rewind. Let's jump all the way back to Friday, and we have a face turn in a simple promo. Is this an admittance by creative that this is the biggest pile of lazy creative crap that I can remember in the last decade or so from these guys?
There's shit in this to unpack, where Cena goes, the guys who I thought had my back left me and da-da-da-da and whatever. That means The Rock's not down with it. Probably kayfabed on a booking and game's hot about it. So they're saying, you know what? Fuck this whole storyline. We can flip them back. We'll sell T-shirts the next 5 months.
Just screw this. We can't even work our way out of creative. Use the match to tell a story. We're just going to blatantly tell you.
100%.
And here's the problem with it, though.
Like,
most of the fans,
this match should have told,
because they knew how bad it was, that creative. Really enough.
If they would have moved this match to Raw and fucking, it would have made, or not match, the promo to Raw meant way more, because he would have had his heat going in with Cody. Cody could have whipped his fucking ass to be like, I learned a lesson by doing that, and I don't hate this business. I love this business. I want a rematch. He's saying I need this title. This title in his babyface turn is to fucking take the title home with him, and then he loses it. Well, now what is his fucking id? Like, and he turns baby before the street fight. A street fight is a heat fight. Like, I fucking hate you. Now the fight, we're doing a babyface street fight. What the fuck is going on?
The whole point of WrestleMania was that Cody wanted to go make traditional history and have a great classic wrestling match with the John Cena that we've known his entire career, most of his career. The loyalty, hustle, respect. That's who Cody wanted. And now that he's going to get that, we're just going to go forward with a street fight. At least
then we roll UnReal. And here's the writer's room. Fucking Hamin, obviously, all the credibility. Ed Koskey, been there for 20 fucking years now, bro. Like, crazy the shit he's seen and had to sit through for fucking decades. But everybody else is a writer who's never been in a fight in their fucking lives, bro. Like, and they're just, yes, what do you think about this? I'll make a Chelsea green rib or whatever. Ha ha, we popped. Now what? Like, these are the choices I'm seeing from people who are like, they don't understand heat. They don't understand what it's been like to be in the middle of that ring and fucking take a bump for real, and what the whole gimmick is. Like, to see that choice on SmackDown when you could have done this and split Brock onto Raw, where he cuts the promo, you kicked my ass, I've seen the way. And it's still not the right choice, in my opinion. Turning him heel was the wrong choice. It was cool for a segment, but this is all Ari Emanuel fucking Hollywood Illuminati fucking client list. Let's get all my boys on TV in one shot. Bullshit, Travis Scott. Fuck that. So now we've got this storyline where we're going to go sell T-shirts. I love wrestling, everybody, out of nowhere. And the beating could have been that, and SummerSlam match had no heat. They wrote it completely backwards, and then you could have closed Raw with a big holy shit moment in Brock. Instead, will Brock be on Raw? Is he going to open? Are we going to even have Brock at Raw and do what he did? Is Cena going to be at Raw?
Thing where someone shows up and then just disappears?
Yeah.
Well, they are saying, I did read this report. I was looking at some of the background rumblings and backstage talk about Lesnar's return. It looks like this program is going to be heavily featured on SmackDown, but that's still no excuse. You're coming in hot into Raw. You got to give us something here.
Yeah, like it just none of it. It really is 7 months of just scrapped. Like, and what would make you do that?
The checks of cash.
Cena not feeling it. We pivoted. Rock didn't show up for Mania.
They know it just sucked.
Yeah, and it was wrong, bro. But nobody wanted to step up in the beginning when they first pitched it and go, no way, bro. This is our time to cash in and for Cena to go out as fucking Mr. America. He's got movies, he's got everything. Why would we flip him heel when he's good, when he's doing you're supposed to hate him on fucking Raw or whatever the fuck, SmackDown. Then you get up, drive to work in the morning, he's doing a goddamn Honda commercial on the radio. Like everyone's a fucking dumb cocksucker when it comes to the big picture of what it is and how we should get max value out of the guys that we got. Whether and a lot of the time that gets clouded by the wrestling politics of keeping a Killer Cross down, of keeping a Drew McIntyre on the shelf, and they navigate the waters to do it the best they can, but you can still end up carrying a big fucking stupid sword down to the ring. It just is like, what the fuck are we doing with these guys, man?
In the creative that you've worked with, and I'm sure this has happened probably a handful of times now, you guys have laid out a story, put some time into it, and at some point realize this isn't clicking. The vision's just not playing out on the stage properly. Have you guys just gone ahead and scrapped something so just boom, just dead, stopped in its tracks? Or do you try to say, how can we creatively get out of this to correct it?
Yeah, there's been a couple times where it's somebody's a heater and they're not doing something the right way, and you pivot and go another way. They got to leave because.
Have you ever just come out and said, hey, forget all that because we didn't know it just sucked? Now pay attention to this. Or did you say, like, to me, you could have done the Cena turn in the match and told that story.
Yeah, you could. That's what I'm saying. The match should have facilitated the reason to do it. You changed the fucking emotion of the match before the match happened, and now the match is supposed to be based around grudge and fucking no rules because I hate you so much, right?
And that, like you were saying, then it becomes about the fans just thinking, know everything. It's just stupid double turn that everyone.
Yeah, it was just embarrassing with them. I'm just like, you fucking idiots, shut the fuck up. Yeah, dude. And why are those choices happening? Because that phone call tree that they showed on UnReal is unraveling.
That's the UnReal we should see, is all the political
bullshit
the real
and backstabbing. What caused this. Yes, bro. Like that, something is going on bigger than that. And they'll do something to save face, and Rock will have to show up or is he not going to show up to confront Cena? Now he's back. Oh, you turn your back on me after selling souls, and it's not about the soul. And they're just like, what the fuck, bro? So, Ben from the highest level, bro. And then Brock comes back, and what a liability this is.
My favorite about his return here is actually still is the wussified woke wrestling audience that still hasn't seen the pendulum swinging and believe that we really care about all of this woke stuff inside of this. Most of these fans don't care that he's named in a case. He hasn't broken any laws. He's not being sued on anything himself. Come on, man. I don't think they're going to get as much backlash here as some of these people are making it out to be.
Now, when you come out and wave the red flag for the bull, don't be afraid. Don't be pissed when the bull comes for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, that's what they're doing. You got to, even if you're Brock Lesnar, the toughest guy in the world, you got this heat on you. You got to lay out. Be like, Tiger doesn't change his stripes. I've heard stories, and that's all I can say is I've heard stories. So when it comes to the other stuff that's unresolved, dude, that is a huge fucking gamble.
I'm with Franker on this one. My buddy hits up my text with some nudes of a chick. I'm checking those out. I didn't break any laws.
Yeah, that's fine for you. Now imagine you're a carny wrestler at the top who deals with a guy who's got a fecal fetish and fucking wants to dress every guy in a dress and has a dildo collection named after everybody on the roster. Then what is fucking coming through on your chat and text message? And his fucking right-hand man stooge just turned state's evidence to get himself out of a fucking possible implication on a rape case as well. Simulated rape, whatever, fucking quid pro quo, sex trafficking. But it's more important you come down with a cowboy hat on and fucking not jump up on the fucking edge of the ring too, slid in. It's interesting. It's complicated, some would say.
Looking at the schedule of kind of the plans maybe that are laid out here, Brock might be in and out before any of that stuff even really starts rolling back into the front of the
You want
news.
another one that's coming too, especially when everyone's like, inside word is that Triple H's Unreal is just about him, and that there's 5 guys in this business who get it.
Only 5 get it.
And what is that? Stay on top at all. Get it? Is stay on top at all costs. Name those 5 guys.
Dial Triple H, Paul Levesque,
Triple H. Go ahead. No, you can name them. You see them.
Shawn
there.
Michaels, John Cena. Am I going here? The current people that are currently there: Undertaker. And this last one might be a wild card. Bruce.
Got them all because Bruce is.
That was like the pressure of the Family Feud there, man. I had to hit. We asked 100 people.
Dude, you just fucking. We don't even need round 2. Bruce is who?
Vince. He's an extension of Vince.
And so when Game says that, and people think, oh, he's talking about how to actually wrestle. No.
He's talking about playing the
it's
game.
How to be the head of the 5 families, bro, and stay on top and not get your throat cut. And you just, I think you just graduated summa cum loudly.
Level it up, baby. Level it up here on the Monday.
Stuck the landing on all those, my dog. And when you look at it like that, that is how this shit fucking goes, bro. So, because Cody even says I'm a decimal on a fucking sheet of paper, right? How are you going to stay on top, and what does it take to get to there? Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy. And they'll sacrifice the show and the quality and the booking to do that, to stay in those. Because if it is about Triple H becoming the director, like the Truman Show, then all the puppets and the fucking players are interchangeable. We can get another blonde, we can get another athletic black guy, we can get another Mexican, get another luchador, we can get another giant, and we got giants, we don't even use them. It's complicated with my father-in-law though. So yeah, dude, it's gonna be interesting creative going forward with Cena, but this should be critiqued as, unfortunately, in my mind, the wrestling politics influencing what should have been great in a run. And even if you wanted to keep him heel, to not have it laid out, and all those guys you talked about earlier, Silvio, Vet, Man Beast, myself, whoever else, Power, Strangler Steve, my business partner Josh, the owner of 2CW, Vince Russo, Stevie Richards, anybody I've had the honor to fucking collaborate and create with in a round table would have had that whole year laid out week by week by week, and every bit of it would have made sense to get Cena heat all the way to the end, to then have Cody be the guy that saves professional wrestling. And yes, Brock would have been figured into that like he is, but these guys could not fucking write their way out of a wet paper bag. You couldn't punch your way out of a wet paper bag with scissors in your hands. So like, it's unbelievable that it's unreal. It's fucking crazy that here we are halfway what should have been an easy and epic enough run to get him all the heat to get to the mountaintop and get Cody over as the fucking true savior that George Washington that he dresses like and you want him to be.
I can't get that out of my mind since I heard you say it on the Russo brand, dressing like the stripper George Washington now.
It's what it is, bro.
I cannot unsee it since I've heard you say it. I mean,
Thomas Jefferson will be available for lap dances in the private room, you guys. Come on down. If you like wooden teeth, let me tell you something.
Get your Benjamin Franklin's out for a little bump and grind from the GW.
It's all about the Benjamins, bro. So, yeah, man, they really have embarrassed themselves when it comes to writing the final epilogue of John Cena, and I feel bad for that. I do like on Unreal that he's still doing that, and that's what they're doing. They're undoing their own shit. Like, you want him to be this, and then you show on Unreal that he's doing Make-A-Wishes with kids on their way out. How are you supposed to fucking watch this product with a 360-degree view and believe in the creative when you want to say this guy's a fucking fabulous? I hate that fabulous human being.
You have to, most fans have to separate the show and all, but those kids can't do that. Those kids see their hero there acting like a villain up there. But let's switch gears from selling souls to jelly rolls.
Yeah, wow.
Big PR spot.
Yeah, dude. What a lesson my man learned. Fucking regardless if he's CIA or not, in a construct of the system.
He went out there. You know what? Getting into this thing. I want to give him the
prop. Fake it,
relocate it down there. No. Learn the training. Congrats to him. If it's true there. First time since junior high, this dude has been under 300 pounds. He's been putting in some work.
Good for him
to go out there and put a show on.
Well, I mean, you want my CIA jelly roll quick or no? I just came talking
about
the match. I
don't
care. Whatever. All of them are CIA ops. Fucking Logan Paul, fucking Cardi B, all of them, and Jelly Roll included. Where it became a trend in some boardroom to say we're going to make morbidly obese star, and it was the country hip hop crossover. So whoever's in control of Sony Music and Nashville is at the top of this. Who's connected to whatever fucking synagogue. Fucking so
he was earning them CIA dollars though in this match, man. He was out there sucking some gas.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, dude, he fucking earned it. Post Malone, same thing. Let's take jailhouse culture of MS-13 and take it to the white cul-de-sacs of America. So dumbass kids who we made believe in Eminem will now tattoo their faces with fucking ridiculous shit. And everybody's fat from all the shit we fed them. So let's make celebrities that are fat. So here's Jelly Roll, here's Adele, and here's Lizzo. Guess what? Everybody will feel empowered.
A hooker wipe.
Yeah, everyone will be empowered, and then we'll all fucking roll out Ozempic and get thin together while we fucking thin the herd, actually. And I'm glad he's lost the weight, because when you're morbidly obese, you're fucking playing with a grenade with the pin out all the time when you're his size. Your heart can just go. So that's a lot less stress on his organs, but it is because of fucking pills and not just, hey, I'm working out, eating right, and you got to do that too. But here he is, right? So now he can live his childhood dream in the fucking WWE CIA, whatever the fuck. Then the bell rings.
Is that WWE CIA? Is that like WWID? Is that the new program?
Yeah, it's the new one. Yeah. Did you see those girls fighting in the fucking crowd? Those
I saw that footage.
That was the new LFG tryout. So those girls are going to be on Team Bubba Ray Dudley. It'll be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Sorry. His clothesline was good. His fucking shoulder block was good, but doesn't matter when you're coming down the ramp. And this guy's entertained stadiums before. That ain't this. That ain't this, my dog. Heart is thumping, fucking mom spaghetti ready to go. And he gets in there and they shine him and he looks strong because he's a big son of a bitch. There's no doubt about it. But about 45 seconds in, he should be tagging the fuck out after the shine. No. We're going to rib him. We're going to rib him. And we're going to work heat on Jelly Roll, my dog. As opposed to Orton can call this match. Come for the hot tag, Jelly Roll, splash, splash, splash. Fucking feet up, Orton cutter. That's it. Nope. Jelly Roll, you're taking the heat for 4 fucking minutes, my dog.
You came in at $299. You leave it at
you're leaving $279, homie. He's getting up, and I've been there because I've been a fat bastard in the ring. I've always been a fat bastard, and I still am, but fucking trying. Gets up, pushes himself up off the ropes, blown up, fucking moves over, big spit take coming down. Luckily, I would have a beard, so it would be a big fucking thing. I would actually, when I'm blown up, work it into my bit instead of just looking like shit. And I knew he was fucked, my dog, at that point, and he had a long way to go to get to the table spot off of the fucking get your shit in on him. And that's another big thing. Even as good as Logan Paul is, you're still taking that on a breakaway table, a 200-pound guy coming down across your rib cage. When you bend that big and your body isn't conditioned, your body can't get in ring conditioning in 2 to 3 weeks of training. When you really are doing this shit, your back, the bruises on your back and your fucking traps and your fucking hips just become commonplace. He's in a place where everything hurts, where all the rope bruises are fresh and you're feeling everything. And now when this guy comes down across you, it's hitting right on all the points that fucking absolutely kill, bro.
I'm picturing him laying there just trying to embrace, like, why the fuck did I sign up?
Did
for
you
this
see
at that
when they
point?
were picking him up and like getting him up? He's fucking dazed and confused. He might have got his bell rung, but it ain't that. To me, I've been like this, mind you, fucking where you're just like, I'm so blown up. I have all of my blood is screaming for oxygen right now. It's fully lactic acid in my fucking, everything hurts. And I cannot even get my legs underneath me. And you use the fucking, in an indie show, the railing to get up, get your shit together to hopefully be there for the dive, and they're not waiting too long. But he was fucked right there, and I knew it. And that is not because this is going to make best match. This is wrestlers going, yeah, we'll work with outside guys that Ari wants us to work with, but we're going to rib it during the match.
We'll take that PR, but they're going to feel it.
Dog, yeah. To have him take the heat was insane. He should be doing the principal spot, the gym teacher spot. The bad guys are going to cheat with the flag. Oh, they grab the flag. What the fuck? Fuck you. No, fuck you. Turn around. RKO.
Or be the corner man that comes in and counts the three.
Yeah.
Out,
whatever it is, bro. And take one, maybe two things. This big motherfucker who was 500 pounds 2 years ago is taking splashes through the table, and his organs are going, what the fuck just happened to us, dude? And you're trying to, it's like a reset button. It is like you're knocked out, but you're aware and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's it. Homie powered through. I'm telling you what, he's fucked for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Fucked, bro. His body is just going to be in shock and like trying to recover for sure.
In a booking decision, were you surprised that they didn't put the celebrity over?
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
I like that he went out there and did the honor. He's an outsider.
It gives him a reason to come back.
I want, hey, that's a great thing. Hey, I had the taste of that, but I fell short. Let me try to do this again. I know what it takes a little bit more. If I put in some more work.
Yeah, it also could come down to what's the value of Logan Paul and Prime to the CIA versus Jelly Roll and fucking Ozempic. I guess who goes over, that would be it of where we're putting our chips in, or who's generating the most money. Spirit of 76 spot I knew was coming, but like still, man, holy fuck. You want to talk about, they put a guy who was 500 pounds, trained for 2 to 3 weeks, and and the basics, and he did a good job. I'm not saying he didn't for what he was, but you don't put that guy in a tag at SummerSlam and let him take the heat, bro. A million things could go wrong, and they did, and that shows it's a rib.
He survived it. He was out there night 2 watching.
Dude, I think McIntyre was popping during it, to be honest with you. It might all be orchestrated by McIntyre and Randy.
Oh, they're probably loving it. They're probably sitting back there later and having a beer in the back, just laughing their asses off over it.
Yeah.
Before switching gears out of SummerSlam, we did get a thank you for the $5 super chat there. Strohs before Hose. But if you can scroll back, I got it right here. Which one had a better main event, night 1 or night 2? Which did you prefer, Ben?
Oh, night 1. Night 2 was fucking stupid because of what they did on SmackDown. I now have to look at this as a baby street fight, which should never be booked. You ever go to the bars with your buddies and, hey, man, I love you, you're awesome. And then we leave the bar and go, you know what? Let's kick the shit out of each other in the street.
I'm just going to crack you over the head with a bottle.
Yeah, because we're buddies, right? Oh, yeah. Like, so that's what we got. That's what we got. And it was fucking dumb. And even so, Cena should have gone over. Cody shouldn't have won there. Like, if you want to have your match that's not a street fight, a pure wrestling Cena match, then that should be Cena's last match. If we're passing the torch, all these stupid sheets, Cena passed the torch to Cody or not. I'm just like, you're fucking.
What? That makes zero
Terrible.
sense.
You ass kissers, you fucking know
That
nothing.
makes zero sense. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, that's bad.
So-
but hey, I prefer night one
But
overall to night two, but
Seth
night one
being a
definitely for the main
chicken,
event.
yes, but Seth being a chicken shit heel and faking an injury to burn the crowd, he should not be coming out to OEO anymore. Like,
Take that
it's
away.
just-
Take that away from everybody.
yeah. So there's at the highest level, there's very substandard choices going on, in my opinion. And a lot of what we've heard of, this guy watches the internet and it's about him. That seems to be more and more true when he's out there to open night 2 with his catchphrase, as opposed to getting talent over and making them the fucking star there's only one star big enough to open this show. Like, I'm just looking at the show don't tell of what is going on. And when everyone's going, this era is the best, it's way more or less stress. Usually the opposite of what they're saying is true. You know what I mean? And
I was kind of thinking about that with Unreal and, just even how much we know through even the sheets, but all the other documentaries. And you regularly hear, well, it's a different era. People want to know those. Is that, to me, that's more of an indictment about how terrible creative with the characters and the storytelling has been since the Attitude Era. That's why we crave that so much, because back then, guess what? The internet existed. We had news. There was sheets. You could get this stuff. You could learn how wrestling worked. But the storytelling and the characters were good enough that we could get our fill through them. We've completely lost that. So to fill that void, we need to know what else is going on.
If we were talking, sucks. If we were talking a Bastion Booger or a TL Hopper, that's one thing. We're talking our top storylines are being switched and changed, which means they had no roadmap going into it while they were glad handing themselves. Like all those guys I mentioned before that I've had the honor to create alongside. If we were in a round table, there'd be 52 weeks, 2 shows a week. They're doing the graphic on the Unreal show where it shows all the, how it would be laid out. But what'd you get to month 7 and went, fuck it, we're going to change right here? Like, no, we have the countdown and this is what's going to happen on each one of his appearances and how it's going to be crazy, So there's so many factors of stoogery and payback and keeping people down that are hurting this show and making it Disney on Ice every week more and more and more and more.
And that's the frustrating. You look at the production, you look at the spectacle of this thing, the momentum, fans that are hungry for this. And again, a right direction, but only hitting at a small percentage, and how good this could be if they knew what the hell they were doing.
And that comes down to what we talked about earlier, where they go biggest one ever, 116,000. What'd the arena hold for 2 nights? Imagine if you could have done 160,000.
Yeah.
And then and if your creative was there and people were into it and you weren't playing these silly games, you may well have accomplished that. However, you didn't. So I wouldn't hold it in high esteem that you got 117,000. I would say, what happened to the other 43,000,
50,000 people that you could have had in there? Where are they at?
Well, yeah. Why are we not serving? Like, we have room for growth. And a lot of it, I got a little room for growth over here myself. Yeah,
pal.
HGH and a little in my pants too.
Speaking of, let's see that. I had 2 other ones here. Jimmy, if you're with us there, I got a news story for you, because I think maybe Ben wants to talk about it. But while we're on it here, he might not be CIA, but he is presidential fitness. How about Triple H joining the Trump administration?
I was actually trying to get Grok to do it earlier.
A chicken in every pot and a steroid shot in every kid's ass.
Well, this is interesting because now you're opening it up, and maybe we're the first to talk about this. The guy who was supposed to be it was tied to the NCAA, and what they want to do with the NCAA with all this nil recruiting and shit could be scandalous, right? So that guy recused himself, and then they call game because Trump is titty tight with Vince and Linda, And we said this right away. You let these carnies in the fucking back door at the White House, bro, it is over with. It's all, dude. You just they have no idea the dragon that they just fucking let in there, dude. So Game is staying there. Of course, he's going to do it, and this will further lead to the criticisms of Triple H about UnReal's about him. He's the puppet master. Of course, he's going to jump at this with the Connecticut blue blood family of power behind him to claim more for their future. This may be the first steps of Stephanie running for Senate. Something along those lines, bro.
Long time rumor, conversation that people have been having.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but now open yourself up for this. Let's just say there's a food pyramid of the hierarchy of our nutrition. And Maha is ready to make America healthy again. Last night, SummerSlam, brought to you by
Prime Energy, Papa John's Pizza, Drumsticks, Get Juiced. Which other foodie thing?
Wheatley Vodka.
Slim Vodka.
Slim Jims.
We also had the bad breath thing, the wicked breath, death to breath.
Slim Jims and bad breath. Why is your breath bad? Because you have terrible gut health from the shit that you eat, really. So now
a bottle of Wheatley's and some stale ass Slim Jims, and you need
it's
some.
All built on the pyramid of Slim Jim, my man. So I want somebody out there to create a food pyramid graphic with all the foods.
There we go.
Wingstop, the basic food groups that you need to make America healthy again. Triple H, how did you keep this fucking incredible physique for all these years? A healthy style of Wheatley vodka, Wingstop, and drumsticks.
Yeah.
Do a body good, daddy. Like, what are we doing, bro?
God damn, WWE stole my gimmick.
Mike's Hard Lemonade. Yeah, Mike's Hard Lemonade, too. Obviously, you got to have something after your workout to refresh and cool down. Nothing I like more after a good run in the park with my kids than a Mike's Hard Lemonade. Like, dude, welcome to the fucking idiocracy. The guy who did all the fucking gear, advice, and every other fucking thing to stay on top is now going to tell people, eat healthy, everybody at home. Brought to you by Papa John's and Minute Maid sugar juice.
Get juiced.
Brondo makes the crops grow, you guys. That's all I can say about
that. I love it. Ben, I'm looking over there. Your screen in today. Hacks. Would that be a reference to one Jax, maybe? Dax?
Yeah. Dax Hard. Yeah, it was.
Okay. I was wondering because Jimmy T was freaking hot about that this weekend, about Dax and Mr. Cordero, Jimmy going back and forth. Of course, the ex-referee. Did you get any of that this week?
I did catch that. And even Jimmy, who I have apparently Dax doesn't, but I have a lot of respect for Jimmy Corderas. And he
has so much. He has so little respect.
Tries to stay
that he unblocked him, and penned like a 12-paragraph reply. That's how much he can't stand this guy.
I guess maybe there's some heat I don't know about, but seems like Jimmy Corderas still calls it down the middle, and he's as Canadian, I'm sorry, as any one of them I've ever met, and a nice enough guy. But apparently he's got a ton of heat, and even Jimmy. Tweet apologize, dive, repeat. So if you guys want to send him the pro wrestling t-shirt link as a rib, be nice. He's a nice guy.
And Dax deleted.
But he's apologizing, which is what Canadians do. Did Dax apologize?
I don't think he didn't apologize, but he did delete. And then I know our own Jimmy T was somehow in the middle of this thing, and now Jimmy T's catching heat from all of the AEW smarks and all that. So
there's the excuse for 2025. Why am I not getting called from Tony Khan? It's all Jimmy T's heat from trying to get this shit started with Dax. Sorry, Jimmy.
Goddamn Australians.
When the reality is how does Dax feel about Don Stevens? Her performance is stealing fucking. How does he feel about the most ridiculous counts and calls in wrestling in the last 5 years from his own staff? Jimmy Cordero has worked main events with the biggest names in the business at WrestleMania. He has to answer to no wrestler and justify himself to no one. So I don't even know what he said or what the heat is, but I can't imagine it's too much. And when the guy who's supposed to be Arn and Tully. You know, I don't want to talk too bad because I really loved the shit with the Outrunners, and those guys are phenomenal. To be honest, and this is how "What's Up with Your Boy" while I'm boys with you works in wrestling, and I don't give a fuck because I'm so far beyond it. But the Outrunners, I have incredible respect for. Fucking FTR have made it in this business pretty far, but it took the Outrunners to get the performance out of them they should have been doing forever. However, FTR was essential in the Outrunners kind of staying in the business, and that's been told to me by them. So I respect them for that. But then this guy who's supposed to be a man's man comes out and unblocks somebody who's a legend to get heat on him. That shit does not compute with me in the same realm of I'm a man. I'm just gonna let some shit slide.
Why say anything?
I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up on the side if I really got heat with it. Maybe I'm misinterpreting, Briz. Instead, you come out and air your dirty laundry and, you know, flip flop from I'm gonna fight like an 8-year-old girl to I'm the fucking dude who is gonna fuck you up. Like that. A lot of that is fucking boy who cried wolf to me. You know what I mean? Like you're claiming you're the stand-up dude, but you're not setting an example of what a stand-up dude would do to unblock a referee legend to cut a promo to do that. And then my guys, just because FTR might be higher up on the food chain where they're trying to protect their people and their locker room and their boss, I understand it. You're going to fucking fight for your company. But just because this clip or whatever, some fucking Will Washington or whoever, Don Stevens stooges it back to him, fucking the heat could come down on the Outrunners instead. And like, that's how petty this little bullshit is. And they have nothing to do with it just because I fucking put them over as OVW Good Brothers. Like, this is the stupid country that goes on in pro wrestling for no reason whatsoever when dudes who claim to be man's men don't act like the way a man's man fucking would in anybody's book. I don't get it, but welcome to the phony acting biz where everybody acts tough, but they're really fucking soft as baby shit most of the time.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Yeah. So it really, at the end of the day, heat on Jimmy T. He fucking shit stirred all of this. If anybody's bag deserves to get in and thrown out of the locker room, it's DJ Mass Effects. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Down there fucking with kangaroos and all that crazy shit, stirring up shit for everybody else around here.
Yeah.
You're lucky, Jimmy, that you pulled about 20 hours this weekend, or you'd be in some deep shit.
Yeah. Dax, holler at me, man. I'll fucking be glad to write you guys some shit that fucking gets everybody over. And, you know, I would have double, triple down at the end and fucking, we need a referee, and guess who runs in? And
hey, right in the finals when they run into the Bucks in the finals of the AEW Eliminator Tournament, we're gonna get that payoff. Who's that? Who's the referee? Don Stevens is down. We can't get a count. Who's that? Who's that answering the call? It's Jimmy Corderas out of nowhere with the referee running.
Yeah, man, it's all good. It's phony fucking wrestling. At the end of the day, we take it so seriously, but hopefully for Summerfest weekend, you had some fun. You had some good barbecue eats. You chilled with your homies, and had a beautiful weekend. It's creative choices on a live shot TV show. It's people's egos. It is people's livelihoods, and it is a weird fucking gang that we all belong to where it's kill or be killed. Fuck your buddy, but make moments for the people. So I had a great weekend. I hope you did too, and I'm glad to be here on the Monday Locker Room.
Absolutely had a blast again. Thank you to our crew, those that are putting it in. I know MSG you guys got it going with an awesome Friday Locker Room. Brandon breaking records, big time numbers for the watch alongs.
Awesome.
Jimmy T for putting in work. The vet was on overtime. He was
thanks to all the super sticker cheers today, man. You guys were super generous today.
The post shows and the army, the HMG army, the super stickers, and then just being the dedication to be there for all the shows and keeping us lively, keeping us what we want to do with the live chats and all that. It's beyond awesome.
Yeah, dude. That's all we can do in the time till 2027 when Planet X circles around. The Anunnaki come to reclaim us and say we had a good run. Really,
I might have found a religion this week. It was making sense to me from Planet of the Apes. Beneath the surface, it makes sense why they were worshiping that bomb.
Yeah, it very well could.
Yeah, we will only find peace when we were all in pieces.
Time's coming. TikTok, infidels. But y'all, Hacker Hamin and Art of the B to the V. It's Summerfest 2025. Hopefully you had a good one. I know we did. Take them home, Ripper.
This is the Hustler Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hamin Media Group. That's Ben Hamin Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get him and go fuck yourself.